Alex, obviously the last two games defensively, as there's been some worry about the chances that have been given away. What are you seeing as a person on the field that's been happening with the team, especially in the game against DC?
I think in general we have to focus on our basics. The most important thing is to come from that and then to show your strength in the match. And I think this is what we planned against DC. Unfortunately, it didn't work out from the beginning. Then I think in the second halftime against DC it was better. But this is what we have to do. We have to be strong in the defense line in order to give ourselves a good feeling for the whole game.
Next to Michael.
With Montreal, we've seen them struggle out the gate, but slowly they've been starting to get better, like good results over the last few. Is this the type of game where you're trying to study them, trying to prepare for them? You don't know what you can expect because they're just throwing stuff at the wall to see what can work.
I mean, we are taking care of the video analysis as always. We study the opponent with all our coaches, team, and stuff like that. And we always saw a few pictures, and we know how they want to play. And the most important thing for us is to grade our game, and this is how we want to play this game as well, and hopefully succeed.
Go back to Anthony.
You played a good chunk of games now in Major League Soccer. How are you feeling physically, and how do you feel about the league generally now that you've played enough games?
I feel good. In general, I think it's a very physical league, but it makes fun for me. I'm happy to play on a high level again, and I would say the development in general in the league is great. Also, when I speak with the guys who are here for a longer time, they tell me how the league is developing, and I'm happy to be a process or a part of that.
Next, we go to Dan on Zoom.
Hey, Alexander, hope you're doing well. Just talk about your integration with the back line, with Sean and Dylan and Noah. How's that been for you? And I would have to also assume, are you happy being reunited with Sandro?
Yeah, I am happy to be reunited. We had a great time in Mainz, and also now we have a great time here. For me, it's good to work with players on this high level. All the defenders are playing on a top level. They are not just good defenders on the field; they're also good guys. They didn't make it very very hard for me to fit in. And now the most important thing is to create or to get the 3 points again. We have to win the next game on the weekend. This is the most important now for us. And hopefully this time we don't concede a goal against us. This will be the main part, to keep the 0 in the behind, and from this on we can build on.
Next, we go to Voss on Zoom.
How's it going, Alexander? Best of luck this Saturday. Just wanted to ask you on the opponents' maybe tactics, because we've seen this team stay very compact in defense, but sometimes have trouble dealing with those long balls over the top, and issues sometimes with dealing with crosses. Has the coach maybe addressed that during the past week in training, maybe with that first goal, how it was conceded against DC? And just as a second part, for you personally, you're one of the, I don't want to say you're old, but you're one of the older guys on the team right now.
You just said it.
Look, I'm not too far off from you, so I shouldn't be saying it. But just wanted to ask you about your role working with maybe some of the younger guys, and not just being a starter on the team and being in the starting 11, but also trying to spread your experience to someone like a Noah Isle or some of the other young defenders on this team.
I mean, in general, the good thing is we always speak on one level after the games, before the games. We give each other advices, and I think this is the most important thing. With the long balls, we know what is our responsibilities on the field, and this is something very clear. We have to win these long balls. We have to be very stable. We have to secure each other, and something like this shouldn't happen. It happened last game, unfortunately, but this is something we have to work on. We have to get the duels for us, and this is a very simple thing.
We'll go back to Michael.
You talked about MLS being a physical league. We just saw another example of that with Dylan Nealis going down, and he's going to be out for about 8 weeks going forward. Just talk about this early in the season. You've seen a lot of players get hurt, coming back slowly, integrating for that. What's that been like for you, and what is Dylan's loss going to be like going forward for the next month and a half? I think it's month and a half.
Well, of course, we're not happy that Dylan breaks apart now. He's a very, very important part of our game. But we have to compensate that. We have other good players on the field, and they will also give everything in order to succeed again and to bring the points home. And I think especially on the right side we have many good defenders, and they will also show that they will integrate again very fast, and this is how it will work on the weekend as well.
Everyone, we have time for 2 more questions with Alex. First, we'll go to Gary on Zoom.
Alex, as a very experienced defender yourself, I'm sure that you've reached a lot of challenges here and there in the league, first in the Bundesliga and now in Major League Soccer. What is one of the chief challenges now coming into a new team to try to integrate with a new squad to at least play as one? Is it more of a mental issue? Is it more of a physical, whatever the case may be? But it seems that the team is a little slow in that area. How do you get that experience to work with the team so they can able to be better and try to be able to string victories going forward?
Well, first of all, we are working every single day very hard. If you see us on the training field, we're working on all these topics very hard, with the ball, against the ball, and the guys are doing well. I've seen very seldom a squad like that who is working that hard on small things that are very important for our game. The thing is for us to also bring it on the field on the weekend. Show on Saturday that we do exactly this thing what we train and we train hard for on the field, and this is the most important thing. And then you will see us winning again, and we will sit here again and you ask the question, what was the missing part? But this is always like the training sessions are the main part on what we're doing on the weekend, and we worked very hard as well this week, and it's now time to bring it on the field on Saturday.
And we'll finish up with Christian on Zoom.
Hi, good afternoon, Alexander. Thank you so much for your time. I just wanted to ask you on the level of confidence from a personal level and a team level. Obviously, it was a tough loss against DC, but how do you maintain a high level of confidence coming in for the next match against Montreal?
Well, first of all, it's very legitimate to be upset for 1 or 2 days. This is why we have the days off and we speak afterwards about the game. And to be frustrated for a loss like that, it's completely normal. But afterwards, we have to train. We have to train again. We have to continue. It's just one game in the season. Of course, we are upset straight away. We are upset right after the game. But this is what soccer is about. And I think in losses you always learn way more than in wins. And this is something we have to take with us in order to be successful again. We have a great opportunity on Saturday, and we're going to take it. This is a big chance to get on the winning period again, and this is where we want to get.